We've all seen a dog bury a bone, fetch a toy, or stick its head out a car window. Whether it's Meaty or Beefy from Robin Big, Chowder, the skating bulldog, or one of these other viral clips, you've likely seen a dog skateboarding before. The thing that interests me the most about skateboarding dogs is how little thought we give to what is happening. I mean, we see animals doing crazy things all the time on social media these days, so I guess we're a little desensitized to it.
You might have seen a housefly, maybe even a superfly, but I bet you ain't never seen a donkey fly.
I mean, seriously, ask yourself, isn't it wild that these guys just willingly step on a skateboard and start cruising around quarter pipes? And you know, I've always wondered, is the dog trained by the owner? Do they do this instinctively? Like, do they give them treats and they get better, just like when dogs enter competitions and things like that? Or, you know, is it just something they do? I mean, dogs have been trained to do crazy things. They even have specialty vehicles that dogs can drive. So was this taught? Was this bred into dogs? Why only bulldogs? We're gonna answer all this. Alright, so let's talk about the history and science of skateboarding dogs.
It's science.
Taking a look at all the first dogs to skateboard, you notice a trend, right? They're all bulldogs. Other breeds of dogs do skateboard as well, but typically they have a similar stature to a bulldog. Now that isn't necessarily always the case. Their low center of gravity, short legs, and wide stance makes it much easier for them to balance than a dog with longer legs or a skinnier torso. But as we know, all sorts of animals skateboard. Woo! Now the question on whether a dog is trained to skateboard, it's a bit of a gray area. You could easily say
No.
You could easily say yes. Some of the first accounts of dogs skateboarding was just pure mimicry. This happens all the time in the animal kingdom, especially domesticated animals. But yeah, technically the first documented instance of a dog on a skateboard, the owner said the board was just sitting in the driveway. The dog just started pushing it.
We were walking along the beach and there was a child that had a skimboard, and Chowder just jumped on the skimboard and started riding across the water. Chowder and I, we looked at each other and we thought, wow, I wonder if a skateboard would be something that he would enjoy. First time I laid it down, he was on his stomach and he just started rolling across the driveway.
You have to think that it saw the owner doing it. Thought it looked like fun. Now it's pretty unclear if this set off a chain reaction among dog owners who skateboarded, or if this had already been going around simultaneously around the world, undocumented. What we do know is by the time that we had smartphones and social media was a thing, dogs were doing this all over the world. Dogs could ride, and their trainers were teaching them. The community had risen into existence by the early 2000s, and every skateboarder that had a dog was gonna see if their dog was willing to ride alongside them. Now, some people have had more success with the bigger breeds using longboards for obvious reasons. Makes sense, right? But let's go back for a second. Why do dogs mimic their owners? Why are they interested in the skateboard? What's the reward? How does this benefit their instincts? Well, believe it or not, just like you or I, dogs do experience dopamine rushes in what we call the flow state. They might not have a thought like you or I to where they're like, oh man, let's shred it. But they definitely think about having fun. I mean, this is fairly obvious when you see them playing a game of fetch or sticking their head out the car window. And again, the bulldog thing, you can't say this often about them, but they just have the perfect genetics for it. All those things we mentioned earlier really just makes it a good, comfortable fit for them. Their short legs are long enough to step on the skateboard while still feeling low to the ground, being able to easily step off, and use their weight to shift the board to move. This allows them to steer, pump, and gain speed, just like us. Much like the dog sticking its head out the car window, skateboarding provides a high-speed sensory experience. They enjoy feeling the wind hit their face, the rush of air, and the overwhelming sense that they're gonna fly past. It's definitely more stimulating than a standard walk. And if you've ever owned a dog, you know they can love to be the center of attention. And that's exactly what happens when they get on the skateboard. They see everybody staring at them, giving them attention. They get rewarded. So all that positive reinforcement, they're gonna keep repeating that behavior. At the end of the day, humans complicate things, including skateboarding. We like to exercise our egos. We like to overanalyze everything. We judge ourselves way too harshly on what tricks to even do, what angles they're filmed at, how we landed them, clothes you're wearing. Even if we like the trick, we'll judge the trick based on who's doing the trick. But a dog, they don't care about any of that. They don't skate for views or likes. Not filming a video part. A dog skates because it figured out how to turn that piece of wood with wheels and momentum into pure joy and freedom. So the next time you're at the skate park and you're frustrated and you're in your head because you can't land your trick, just remember, there's probably a 50-pound English bulldog out there cruising around without a care in the world, so I think we all need to take a page from them. Thank you guys so much for watching. Happy National Dog Day. Let me know in the comments below, have you ever trained your dog to skateboard? Peace.